On Billboard tonight, theatre schools in Hull, comedy legend Bernie Clifton and music from the lovely Chloey Rose. Good evening and welcome to Billboard with me, Ted Stanley, for a roundup of theatre, music, art and literature across the Humber region. Brainchild of actor-director David Wrighton, Class Act is a unique acting school and theatre company where people of all ages can develop their talent both on and off the stage with a range of original material. I joined them at rehearsals for their latest production to find out more.
It's just a family. I love it. I just feel myself when I'm here. I feel like I can do anything.
I think it's a really good challenge that you get because you don't get a lot of youth theatres that give you these really challenging parts, and here you've got these period roles and these really dramatic parts that you have to do, and you have to really think about who the character is and what you're trying to do, and you've got to really think about it to get into character.
Class Act started in 2001. We originally started at St Christopher's Hall in Wheelsby Road. We kept on going, we moved here, and our productions are now done at the Parkway Theatre in Cleethorpes.
So what made you start Class Act in the first place?
Well, I needed to look at how young actors were in various societies, how they were progressing, and I thought we need a proper training ground, you know, where you tell them the truth and you really make them work.
We encourage children to join from as young as 7, and some of these children are very introverted, lack confidence, yet as they work through the years with us, from the junior group, from maybe 7, up to the teens when they're in the seniors, they grow hugely in terms of confidence and abilities. It's so rewarding to see what they pull out the bag when it comes to productions.
Now, one of the other really interesting things about Class Act is that all the plays that are produced are written by you.
Yes. We're very proud of that because this is what makes it slightly unique, probably one of the most unique companies in the UK, in that we present our own premiere productions, and we've written everything: comedies, supernatural thrillers, factual dramas, Titanic, about the Holocaust, everything. We've covered just about everything. And this particular play, When Sparrows Sang, is to coincide with the ending of World War I in 1918, which is 100 years this year, of course. And of course 100 years of women's suffrage.
It's a family reunited at the funeral of their mother. And of course, like any Class Act production, there will be a lot of secrets, lies, there'll be murder, there'll be unrequited love, there'll be a bit of everything for everybody. So it's quite exciting, this one. It is, I'll be honest, probably my favourite so far.
For God's sakes, I said to ROONEY, I feel sick. That's enough, Charlie. Calm down, everyone. We'll have to do a whole bloody street there in a minute.
Charlie, sit down and have some beer.
Yesterday, When Sparrows Sang is at the Parkway Cinema Cleethorpes from Tuesday the 9th of October. Tickets are available from the cinema box office. £500 and worldwide publication awaits the winner of the short story category in the Hammond House Annual Literary Prizes awarded by the University Centre Grimsby. The top 25 shortlisted stories are also published in an annual anthology, and prizes are awarded in the poetry and screenplay categories. Submissions close on the 30th of September, and you can enter now at www.hammondhousepublishing.com. And on the subject of literature, here's Sarah Hunter-Carson with her choice of the latest book releases. Any singing sheep today, Sarah?
No sheep, Ted, but plenty of leopards. No leopards in my book choices this month, though. We live, as perhaps every generation before us, in troubling times. And Yuval Noah Harari, in his new book, 21 Lessons for the 21st Century, explores the problems unique to our age with clarity and perception. War, climate change, terrorism, and the rise of technology All these problems of our times are examined and discussed in a way that is both intelligent and easy to read. How do we rise to these challenges and find a way forward? This book makes a timely contribution to this debate, encouraging us to keep our collective focus in these days of unprecedented change. Sally Rooney's Normal People has created quite a stir in the literary world. This elegant and cynical novel is a skillful dissection of modern relationships, their complexities and their agonies. Two young people from the same town in rural Ireland, but from very different backgrounds, have an intensely private connection that grows and deepens even as their lives take very different directions. Exploring both the yearning for another person and the difficulty of expressing it, this is a book which will linger long in the memory of the reader. America's northern border is the world's longest international border. Travel writer Porter Fox spent 3 years exploring this little-known region between Washington and Maine, travelling by canoe, freighter, car and on foot. The result of his peregrinations is Northlands, a 4,000-mile journey across America's forgotten border. In this fascinating book, both travel memoir and regional history, Fox follows the trail of explorer Samuel de Champlain across the northeast, bringing the past to life as he encounters such intriguing historical figures as Meriwether Clark of Lewis and Clark and Chief Red Cloud of the Lakota Sioux. For lovers of American history, this is not to be missed. We That Are Young is a vivid and colourful novel from Pretty Teenager. This modern-day King Lear bursts with energy and is full of the sights and sounds of modern-day India. Charting a brutal struggle for power, this exciting novel takes the reader from the luxury lifestyles of New Delhi millionaires to the slums of Naputhala. An absorbing family saga, this novel is sure to keep you gripped.
Thank you, Sarah. Now, Chloey Rose is one of the most popular local singer-songwriters, and I met up with her at the University Centre Grimsby to talk about her music and the changing face of beauty pageants. So Chloey, welcome to Billboard. Great to see you again. Now, we first met judging a talent competition a few years ago, didn't we?
We did.
Organised by Stuart.
Yeah.
And from what I remember, I think we got into trouble because we were messing about playing Charlie's Angels.
We were.
We were still doing it when the curtain went up.
Oh dear, I remember it was hilarious.
But I've been watching your music since then, because that's the first time we met. I was really interested to know what your early influences were for your songs.
So my early influences, a particular one is Kate Bush. I think she's absolutely incredible. She's so quirky, distinctive, and I think that's what I wanted to draw upon in my own music. And I think what's important is to bring something to the table that's totally different.
So your music started to change, hasn't it, recently?
It has.
I mean, Lungs, your latest track, completely different to some of your earlier stuff. Far more edgy, far more contemporary. How did that happen?
With my songwriting itself, I tend to write music that's sort of power ballads, and I just thought, you know, I need to bring something different that's going to expand and reach a wider audience, which is sometimes key, isn't it? When I write music, I sort of draw on my own experiences, and I think sometimes the best songs come from the heart, don't they, and things you've actually experienced, because people can connect with that as well, and they think, gosh, you know, with the lyrics and visually it becomes more real, if that makes sense. But yeah, Lungs is totally different. It's like nothing I've ever done. It's quirky and it's really out there. But that was a collaboration as well. So I wrote that with Scottish singer-songwriter Gary Clark. When you're writing songs, if you're working with someone else, you can draw more exciting ideas, can't you? Left your shadow behind, gold dreams that fly as it seems.
So you're a singer-songwriter, you're an actress, but now you're also a beauty queen.
I can't believe it. This is
Miss
amazing.
Lincolnshire.
Yeah, I'd represented Grimsby in the past for another beauty competition, which was Miss British Isles, it was called. And then I saw about this Miss Great Britain competition, and I thought, you know, why not? There's also a talent section, and I thought, oh, I'd love to do, you know, a talent section within that to be sort of Miss Great Britain Talent Award or something like that.
So beauty competitions have moved on then, so it's not just about looking good in a swimsuit anymore.
This is what's really important. I think it's about your character, it's about what you can bring to the table, it's about how you can inspire others and help the communities.
So if people want to go and see Chloey live, where can they see you?
Well, if you're in London at any point during October, I will be performing at the Institute of Directors. And also, if locally, around Cleethorpes, Grimsby, I'm performing every Thursday night at the Counting House, 8 till 10 o'clock. It's a lovely cocktail bar, so you're welcome to come in, have a cocktail or two, that's no problem. Yeah. Well, if you'd like to, that's no problem.
Chloey, it's been lovely to see you again. Thanks very much for joining us on Billboard.
Thank you for having me.
The lovely and very talented Chloey Rose. After the break, Brady Jandra in Film Review, the Fab Four in Box Office, and comedy legend Bernie Clifton.
All the lost will be found.
Welcome back to Billboard. Coming up on tonight's show, Janine Reedar's roundup of what's on where you are in box office and comedy new and old. But first, here's our review of the latest film releases chosen by film critic Paul Lewis and presented this month by the multi-talented Rachel McKenna.
On Film Review tonight, skateboarding in New York, horror in the home counties, and family adventures in Yetiland.
The SES stands for Small Foot Exists, suckers!
But first, Lucky, starring Harry Dean Stanton. This quietly powerful film follows the spiritual journey of a 90-year-old atheist and the quirky characters that inhabit his remote desert town. At the precipice of life, Lucky is thrust into a journey of self-exploration.
Do you have any kids, Lucky? None that I'm totally sure on.
You know, most people don't get to where you are. They never get to the moment that you're in right now, where you have the ability to witness what you're going through and clearly examine it.
I know the truth, and the truth matters. And you have to face that and accept it.
There are some things in this universe, ladies and gentlemen, that are bigger than all of us. And a tortoise is one of them.
Been very good today, so you get one of these.
What do I do with this? Stick it up my ass?
How about you just suck it?
Based on a true story, The Rider stars Brady Jandreau as a once rising star of the rodeo circuit. After a tragic riding accident, Brady finds himself wondering what he has to live for without the rodeo. In an attempt to regain control of his fate, he undertakes a search for a new identity and tries to redefine his idea of what it means to be a man in the heartland of America.
Yourself in. It's too bad your mom ain't here. You and her could be stubborn together.
I believe God gives each of us a purpose. For the horse, it's to run across the prairie. For a cowboy, it's to ride.
In the long-awaited film adaptation, The Little Stranger, by horror writer Sarah Waters. Domhnall Gleeson plays Faraday, a country doctor who is called to care for the inhabitants of a declining country house after the Second World War. But their maladies are beyond his power to cure.
She's here.
That's impossible.
Your mind is playing tricks. Susan is a memory. It can all be explained. How innocent you are.
I'm worried, Doctor. Last night he said he could smell smoke. I couldn't smell anything.
His delusions seem almost contagious. Someone's playing games.
People are capable of nasty impulses.
There's something in this house that hates us.
You do not belong here.
Oh yes, there'll be tricks tonight.
What happened next? It was a mystery to me.
Skate's Kitchen, written and directed by Krista Moselle, tells the story of Camille, an introverted teenage skateboarder from Long Island who learns the importance of camaraderie and self-discovery when she meets a New York City all-girl crew and falls to the mysterious skateboarder played by Jaden Smith.
¿Dónde carajo has estado? No more skating, promise me.
You know you can stay at my house if you need.
Directed by Carrie Kirkpatrick, Smallfoot is an animated adventure for all ages, exploring friendship, courage, and the joy of discovery. The Bigfoot legend is turned upside down when a bright young Yeti finds something he thought didn't exist. A human.
No. Ow. Standing here on my own. Yeah, the first step's the hardest. You walk into me. Hi, I'm. No. I'm taking you home.
On DVD and Blu-ray, Heathers from Arrow Video, A Man Escaped from Artificial Eye, and Kings of the Road from Axiom Films are also worth a look.
You can see Paul's full review of all tonight's films at www.billboardtv.uk. Matt Reeves, Adam Stanton and Thomas Green are just some of the acts you can see when the Laugh Out Comedy Club comes to the Hull City Hall on the 21st of September.
Oh, that's how you put your hand up there, madam. A popular pizza chain. A popular pizza chain? You know this isn't the BBC, is it?
Tickets are available from the Hull City Hall box office. And now to a comedy legend. On next month's show, we interview Last Laughs in Las Vegas star Bernie Clifton at the Riverhead Theatre in Louth. Here's a short preview. So, Bernie, welcome to Billboard. Thank you for joining us.
65 years.
Really? So, my next question is...
I'm thrilled. It's great. 65 years in the business. And here I am on Billboard. I'm delighted to be here.
Great. So, how did it all start? Tell me about the Glendalough Dance Band.
Well, back in the day in St Helens, I discovered I'd got a singing voice, and I was working as a plumber on the building site in bathrooms, and the acoustics were of great help to me. And me and Moggy Moore went to the Theatre Royal in St Helens, and the man was asking for volunteers from the audience. Well, we were up there, like wrapped up a drain pipe, and he gave Bernard Moore a mop head on a handle, and said, "I want you to make love to the mop head, my darling," and all that. And he said, "And you can sing." So I opened my mouth to sing, and the theatre went still quiet, like a cathedral hush.
Or a bathroom.
And like a bathroom. I suddenly thought to myself, I don't know what's happening here, but it's better than plumbing. And I was kind of hooked.
You can see the full interview with Bernie in our October programme and catch his one-man show at the Bollington Theatre in Nottingham on Tuesday the 25th of September. Now, fresh from performing in Hyde Park with Elaine Page, Billboard's own musical theatre star, Janine Ridder. Rounded up any singing sheep lately, Janine?
No, Ted, but I have rounded up a flock of great shows you can see this month. Beverly's East Riding Theatre present the award-winning modern comedy Art from Thursday the 27th of September.
So, I telephoned my mother to warn her. Mother, I said, I've done everything I can to avoid this, but we have absolutely no choice. Colette's name has to be on the invitation. And she said, if Colette's name is on the invitation, then take mine off it. Mother, I said, please.
Celebrate the music of the Fab Four at the Hull New Theatre in Let It Be the Musical on September the 24th and enjoy the golden age of rock and roll in That'll Be the Day on the 2nd of October. Hull Truck presents Mike Leigh's comedy masterpiece, Abigail's Party, from Thursday the 27th of September. And also on the 27th of September, you can see Ian McKellen's moving portrayal of King Lear, broadcast from London's West End.
You sulphurous and thought-executing fires, faunt couriers of oak-cleaving thunderbolts, singe my white head. Here I stand, your slave, a poor, infirm, weak and despised old man.
You're transported to a buzzing Tennessee honky-tonk with a country night in Nashville at Scunthorpe Baths Hall on Saturday the 6th of October. And on Friday the 5th of October, Material Girl celebrates the music of Madonna. At Louth Riverhead Theatre, Hambledon Productions present a tribute to one of the geniuses of British comedy in the Milligan Papers on the 20th and the 21st of September. And you can enjoy pomp and ceremony from the band of the Yorkshire Volunteers in the last night of the proms on Saturday, the 22nd of September. Fast Love, a tribute to George Michael, is at the Grimsby Auditorium on Friday the 28th of September. And you can spice up your life, Ted, with a tribute to the Queens of Girl Power with Wannabe on Sunday the 30th of September.
Life is spicy enough with you around, Janine. And we should point out that Elaine Page was totally unaware that Janine was singing with her, as at the time she was 300 yards away in the audience. Well, that's almost all for tonight's show. Next time on Billboard, we meet one of the region's favourite poets, go pottery crackers, and enjoy music from BBC's Young Musician of the Year. Details of the events featured on tonight's programme can be found at www.billboardtv.uk. If you would like us to feature your own event on Billboard, you can email details to news@billboardtv.uk. To make sure you don't miss any of our programmes, go to www.billboardtv.uk, select TV channel and click subscribe. From everyone on the Billboard team, thank you for joining us tonight, and we look forward to seeing you again in October. Now here with one of her latest releases, the lovely Chloey Rose.
All that's lost will be found, and sorrow built will be bound. Cracks unfold this darkest hour. Feel this love I used to hold. Oh, crashing through fallen dreams, the darkness I've seen, and all that you were, you brought your lies, how I stood by your side, left your shadow behind, golden dreams, it's not as it seems.